Solve the lab, craft some HTML, then uses cross-site request forgery attack to change the viewer's email address and upload it to your Exploit server. So here we have a form with an action that targets the endpoint change email with the method post. It contains a text, an email input, that's fine, and we have a submit button, period. Okay, so there is no cross-site request forgery token. It means that this endpoint will, we can just send something to the victim and the guy will have the email changed. Come on, do it. Good. I'm not really understanding if the guy is sending or not. The lab is solved when you successfully submit the administrator's API key. Okay, so we have an API key. The login redirect to the my account. The my account, we just did a request with a get. Then we got this content that should include somewhere your username is dinner, your API key is, and you see that in the response this is actually empty. This span is empty, so it's populated on with a subsequent request that it's actually here. Okay, so they use the fetch API to access the account details endpoint, and then as we have seen yesterday, it's possible to include these credentials in this way. This will carry authentication tokens essentially with the request, and yeah, after that they get the response, they call the JSON method, and then after that from the JSON they will take the API key and put in the span, in this span. Okay, that's their behavior. Now from the description of the lab, I guess we can try to take this API key and maybe send to another origin that we can control. Okay, so we want to fetch this content. Okay, and this will not be on the server, on the Exploit server, but we want to be fetched from this. I guess. So we're going to fetch from this domain. Then we hit the account detail endpoint. After that, we include the credentials, we get a JSON. Okay, now if we can access this JSON contains the API key. Okay, and now if we can get this API key, from that point it's maybe just sufficient to take this API key and do a request to another endpoint that we can control and collect the API key. So I'm not really interested in changing a document, blah blah blah. I want to send this to another domain that I control. Okay, so yeah, let's do a fetch. Okay, fetch. Now we are going to hit our endpoint. So an endpoint we can control, it's the Exploit server. Okay, Exploit server. API keys, and then here maybe we can put value equal and the key. Okay, maybe a bit ugly, but that's fine. Okay. Now, if this goes as I expect, what will do the behavior here? We visit the page, this one, the Explore page. The page will load this script that will try to fetch the account details with this request. This will send the credentials if are present, okay, which means if the user has a session active on this website, this will be this request will be responded. And now, since there is no CORS protection, we can access the body, in particular the JSON content, and in the JSON content we can retrieve the sensitive data we want, which is the API key. What we do with this API key, we send to another website that we can control. Okay, and then we just look in the log. Okay, if we hit this landing page, we have an access key, and then we can just use this access key to do other requests on behalf of the victim that I have no idea who is. Okay, likely will be Carlos. So let me store. Let's try to just deliver to the victim. Now we can try to access the log to see what kind of request we received on this Explorer server. How they are ordered. Most recent down. Yeah, you see, we hit this endpoint. Okay, so who is this guy? We just sent this website, this web page to the victim, so it must be the victim. Okay. So that's an API key that should be different from ours. Yes, see, that's the one